That what it means. Y'all, we're gonna go ahead and get started with our class tonight. Good to be in the land of the living. And I'm gonna let y'all know next Saturday y'all can go and skip class and you won't be missed because I won't be here either. So next Thursday, excuse me. Next Thursday we're gonna be out. I'm gonna be down in out of town somewhere taking care of some business. But first I think we wanna, and I'm gonna go slow and we're gonna make sure T go first, so I'm not gonna turn it up real quick tonight. Because I want to give an opportunity in this coming season for people to speak about what God has given them to put in writing. We know we had T's book, we had Tim's book, we've had Derek's book. So there are a lot of books that have come out, but those of you knowing we're transitioning over into a new year, it's a powerful place to be in. And one of the things I share with people who are writing is we got about 5 people that I know that are currently writing and beginning to put what they feel God is giving them on paper. And as they go through that stage of putting it on paper, I'll share with them, I say, it's not, the part of writing a book is not hard. That's not the hard part. And they'll be like, what you mean it was hard for me to write my book? I had to do work. I said, then once we publish it, that's not really hard. I said, but the hardest part is living the book after you publish it. I said, because then you have to live what is written as a living epistle. You have to live it as a living testimony. And that's where the truest work comes into place. So, sitting on this side of the work, I've been really amazed at those who have written, but amazed at how they're living their book out in many ways. And those books, will end up giving voice to who they are, to who they're called to be, and to, the way that they're called to go in this season. So, good morning. Yeah, y'all, whenever I say good morning at night, I'm saying it from the posture of this, where the scripture says, weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. And T is going to speak tonight, and I'm glad that she's able to speak. Last week, I came in and I turned up. She brought an energy in with her. And the energy that T brought to the table, it came from this standpoint, y'all. When she came over and we were working to get the cameras right. And she ended up saying, coming in telling the story. I'm gaining my footing, y'all, before we go tonight. But she ended up coming in, she tells the story, she whispered something in my ear, and that thing kind of turned me up. So I went in and like, before I knew it, I swooped up real high and started teaching. And then when I got home that night, T, this is probably something what you said, you were gonna send me a text saying, man, I hope, you weren't mad with me, I ain't mad or whatever. But get this from this standpoint. Hey, when I started talking and she came to me last week with an issue that she had, or with a situation that she had dealt with, it fit in nicely with her book and her having to say, you know what, I'm getting ready to move to the next level. I'm getting ready to go to the next place in God. So when I started teaching, I talked with that energy. Now, when I got home, my wife said, T was sharp on Thursday night. She said, my wife like, T was looking good. Man, she got dressed up. I ain't seen T like that. And she didn't get to say a word. I was like, T fine. She know I had to say whatever. So she knows she'll come next week. And one of the things that I'll say to you is, what I believe is going on in this season is everybody's going through different struggles, different fights, different wars, different things, but it's going to come into the place where in 2019, we're going to be dealing with character, we're going to be dealing with credit or credibility, and we're going to be dealing with charisma. And I'm going to continue to put that up over covenant keepers. I talked to y'all about all things epic, but I'm going to continue to put that up with covenant keepers because the things that come to you are designed to show you what's still in you. Hello? People will come back into your life and you'll get to see whether you really are graduating or growing. Because your response is going to tell whether or not you're moving forward. What comes up in you going to determine whether or not you really, how much you walk off feet. When they come back, you will know whether you're making an A or you're making an L. And some of you going to find, it doesn't matter where you walk, but it'll be a check on how you really feel, where you really are, how you're really moving forward. Hey, Felicia, you've been in my spirit, we're going to get you straight. It's time to move. Ain't a bad way, it's a good thing. So listen to me, y'all. I'm moving here, and those of you who are listening live or later, I want to put some things in context, but I'm not going to get crunk in the space where T doesn't get to speak, because One of the things that I want to happen, and I was in here early this morning, we thank God for the tablecloths. We thank God for the chair covers, because the crates are out. We're not getting prepared for anybody but ourselves. And God is allowing new things to come up. So the first Saturday is going to be exciting because the banners are going to be up. I'm working to order the Covenant Keeper banners. I'm talking about this place is going to be transformed. And you're going to find that we're going to enter into a place where we're moving the clays. So we're going to be in a place where I might be preaching to you, but it's just going to be so much good teaching that it's going to be awesome. And then you're going to be able to stand in the place and just share your story, your life. Your life matters. And from week to week, there are minor movements and things that come at you that you have to deal with and move forward. So I'll give an example. Coming tomorrow, I'll be preaching, y'all. And I'll be preaching in Columbus, Georgia tomorrow, on Friday and Sunday. So God even put in Sunday morning, I'll be there preaching. And I was telling TT, was saying, Doc, you're going to get turned up. She said, you're going to turn up. I don't know if I'm going to turn up, turn out, or whatever. But what I know is this, y'all. When I closed the doors of my church back some 7 years ago, I vowed in there that I would never preach again. So this place is comfortable for me. I can go and teach in conference setting. I can go in a school setting. I can train with the best of them, give you handouts, do this. But I made a covenant with myself. Listen to me. I told myself that I would never do that again. I ain't never doing that no more. I'm not going back this place. I'm not doing this. And many of you don't realize you got a lot of things you made covenants with that are not necessarily covenants in God, but they were covenants to protect yourself. So after I closed the door, I didn't do that anymore. But what I know that tomorrow symbolizes, listen to me, what tomorrow symbolizes and what tomorrow is going to mean for me, it is going to mean that I'm coming back to a place that God ordained me for. And even though I was away from that place for 8 years, that was my sabbatical in God. And God will take you on the backside to deal with you. God will allow you to go through some things and purge you to say, now, wait a minute. Just like I used you back then, I'm going to use you here. And you don't get to determine where and how I'm going to use you. You don't get to pick and choose what you're going to do when you're going to do it. Because if the Lord commands you to do something, that's what you're going to do. So in my consecration, y'all, a lot of people think, hey, he's courageous. He'll do anything. He'll do this. No, I have to lay in my bed and pray hard too. Like, Lord, are you sure? Lord, put on that suit. I'm going to be hot. Lord, I don't like being hot. I complain and murmur too. I struggle through some things. I travail through some things. So if you think you ain't supposed to struggle through nothing, you ain't going to go through nothing to get what God got you, you're going to be all right. It's good to see Diane tonight knowing that we coupon and stuff, because Diane don't even know it, but we got a new coupon. Somebody called me today and said, I need that lady number. And then I got the Apostle Palmer number, and I talked about Diane behind her back. I'm going to be talking about Diane for the next year. Because I'm about through with Diane. But it's good, because I need to be through with her, so that whatever God got to do ain't in the way. See, she come on her order like Diane can have 57 people on her team, in her group. Hello? But get what I say, see, she don't even come to me, so I can't even see her tell her. I be doing it on my text. Like today, I ain't saying Diane. Can I tell y'all about me? People don't like to talk about themselves and what they going on in their mind and what they going on with them. I say, I ain't saying Diane. I walked in stuff out. I said, oh, she was writing stuff out. She ain't coming. Every time I say what she ain't gonna do, she come in and prove me wrong. I like to be proven wrong because I'm not always right. Hello? I told Tim, Diane bringing stuff. Was Tim, he on team with me. See, Tim on board with me. Y'all think Tim ain't gonna be on my team. All the men, if they ain't on my team, they getting out of here. Get too many women for the men not to be on my team. Tim said, she brought it this week. She brought it last week. So me and her, we ganged up on it. It wasn't no nasty stuff because we know she's a covenant keeper. But I said, she ain't coming today. I put my stuff in that car and moved, and guess what? Just like the last Friday. Then what I'm going to say about Diane, you better not count her out. As soon as you count her out, she going to show up. That's what I like, people like that. I like people who show up in the bottom of the fourth quarter and go on in and take you in the touchdown and win. Make sure you get the number of the believer who want you out in Alabama, because people get what? They watch you. See, God will give you a word. And that word, you might think, I gave Diane a word concerning her work, the work of ministry, back a while ago. But guess what? All she got to do is keep working the word and get what God's going to do. Bring it to pass. See, God will bless you where he send you. Hello? Wherever God send you, he's going to bless you there, but you got to make sure you're in the place of blessing. Sometimes what we do is we get off track a little bit and we don't walk that thing out. One of the things I'm having to do, I struggle with this, y'all, on Sunday. I'm going to be preaching Sunday morning in Columbus. And what I struggle with Felicia, my place of blessing has been going to Prattville every Sunday. That is like my place. I ain't letting nobody take my recovery. You might call me on the road, but you better be careful. I mean, I'm telling you, it is a sacred place that whole day for me. And has not been a place where it's sacred because of religion, because I know I get peace, I get vision, I get joy. I know I'm supposed to be there. Even if I don't know what's going on sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about, I just know I'm supposed to be there. So I understand some things in my journey. So for me to get up and say, oh, you're going to be preaching on Sunday, I told that apostle, I said, I ain't come to your church on Sunday. I said, I'll be in Alabama on Sunday. Because see, you don't know what it takes for me to keep my mind and keep my sanity. Because I could lose my mind if I don't have a good accountability partner and the relationship with apostle, how they understand. When you find somebody who understands you, and you can be crazy and still understood. You can be stupid and still understood. You can be misunderstood, but you still understood. I mean, you can go and do 57 things and they still don't care that you did them. You know, when you find unconditional love and you find people who allow you and free you to grow, you don't play with that. See, some things that people just don't play with. You ain't gonna talk about certain people to me. You ain't gonna talk about them around me. You go do whatever you want. You do your woo talk out by the tree, but not with me. It's not up for discussion. Hello? Because it's a place that when you come, it should be a place of peace. Well, I had to look at moving and giving that up for Sunday. And I'm like, oh, Lord, God said, wait a minute now. You think I'm anointing you to stay where you are? Y'all better hear this. God's gonna bless you and you got to stay the same, like in your own little shell. How consequences gonna shake the nation if I ain't gonna go nowhere? They're like two. You know you write a book and have to do the work of evangelism. You know you have to tell your story to other people and you have to do other things. Don't worry about her day, what she doing right now, Paul. It don't matter, that's how they gonna do. They gonna mess them up on purpose, take them markers from the give them chest. It don't matter, we even gonna tell you something. The one thing black folk don't need to do is get brand new because you get something new. Because whenever you get something new, it ain't anointed till you get the first stain on. Your car ain't anointed till you get the first scratch. Your house ain't anointed until you get the first stain in the car. And then that first stain, it bothers you, but that's why you buy two. And Tim already told them that you're gonna take them home and wash them. He said, take them home and wash them. I already told Tim earlier today, y'all, I said, Tim, you know what? Everybody gonna be responsible for taking out their own table. So just cause we got them in the back, we ain't trying to look pretty, so they gonna clear their own table before they leave. And they'll be able to have it in crates. So by the time we get a money into this, y'all, you'll know when you get up, they're gonna be something. Like you going out the door, before you hugging people and talking, you're gonna say, whoop, whoop, you're gonna clear your whole table off, and we're gonna be out there, gonna be easy to take now. Hello? So God gonna put some things in place, and he's not bringing us into a new place for us to get locked up. But, and I'm gonna say that, so Alabama was not designed for me to get into Alabama and stay comfortable. If God told me consecration don't shake the nation, and he told me, I knew I saw a dream while I was going back in the pulpit, then guess what? You can't go into them but the day that they offer. But I understand that God will put you in a place where he'll grow you up. I'm not gonna get going because I want T to talk, but what I'm saying is in the week, I want you to understand if God is stretching you in any way, just allow yourself to be stretched. If you're changing in any way, allow yourself to be changed, allow yourself to grow, because this is a season that we're saying we're going into a season where things are new, and we're walking into an epic season. You're gonna be stretched, you're gonna grow, you're gonna have to shift, you have to change, and you're not gonna be able to control it. I can't control everything he's doing in my life. Some stuff I'm having to say, okay, God, now which way? Now how you want me to do? So just know in this season that if you're stretched, then you're fine. And God will blow your mind every day because you think you know some stuff, but then somebody like Diana show up. Hello? At night, when people say, her baby said, well, where everybody at? I said, well, Stephanie ain't gonna be here. She got football. What's called in? And God got a way of the two you think were coming. When they don't come, God will send you two who you didn't think were coming. Hello? So then somebody come in because God is always gonna put people on your path to do what he needs done in you. And tonight I know you better not count nobody out. That's what I learned not through Diane. Stop counting Diane. Now I'm gonna count her out one more time. You know I'm gonna take it 3 times. So I counted her out 2 times. I'm probably gonna count her out one more time, then I'll be through counting her out. But thank y'all for coming out tonight to our class. We're gonna turn it over to T, a covenant keeper, to let us share what she wants to share after the book. So tonight she's gonna be saying, now that I've written the book, this is what I've learned. What have you learned now that you've written the book and now that you've gotten the book out? And what can you share with believers as you continue to walk on your path? Because the greatest book that is written is not the one that's just written, but the one that is lived and can be lived. What lessons can you learn from what you receive and from what you're given? So I turn it over to T to share with us tonight. She's going to lead us in our discussion.
Hey.
Well, first, I want to thank God for putting this book in me. What I have learned that being a character in God's story ain't always easy. It's not always comfortable to be a character in God's story. And with this book, Beyond Depression, even though it's a small book, it was years of my life. And only God can take years of trouble and turn it into. And also, with these steps, the strategies in the back of the book, you don't have to be depressed just to use these strategies. You can use these strategies anytime you're angry, anytime you get lonely, anytime you get tired. These strategies work for that too. And once you use these strategies so much, it will kind of become like a part of your lifestyle. And you won't have to wait till you're angry to use them, or you won't have to wait till you're depressed and use them. Is the feedback I've gotten from some of the people that read this book is kind of it blows my mind a little bit. You know, people coming up saying, "Oh, I was depressed too," and all of that, and then they would say, "Oh, I know somebody who needs to read your book. It's just so much." And I'm from Gordon. Y'all know about Gordon. Yeah. So this is like something really big and Gordon. Y'all really don't want to be in this. Has anybody read the book, got around to reading the book?
You just said something. I told you tonight she was going to be in training, and even though we're live and out there, one thing I want to ask you or share with you, because so often we get in a place and then we end up making religions, if you will, where I don't want to be up here too long, I don't want to do this. But I can say sitting here today, what you need to consider is not what question you have for you. What have you learned from writing that book, down to earth, reading whatever about yourself? What has happened since you released that book that can motivate us? That can motivate us in a way. And I don't want to even use the word to motivate us. What have you learned out of the process of writing that book and now this out, and you were willing to put a piece of you on public display? What has that done for you? Where are you in that, or where do you think you are in living that book? As a living epistle, this is a part of your life. Where are you at living this book out?
One thing that I learned throughout this whole process is that even though God speaks, he's not a talker. He's not going to tell you, I want you to do this, and this is why I want you to do this, and I'm going to do this day, and I want you to do it. God is not going to do that. He's basically going to tell you to do something. It'll probably take about 2 or 3 words to do something. But when God tells you to do something and you're hearing a bunch of talk and chatter around something that God told you to do, that's not God. God's not a talker. God is a shower. He's going to show you why he said to do this. He's going to show you why I said move, or why I say disconnect from that person. Not a talker. What else have I learned?
What do you think has been your biggest challenge once you got the book in your hand and you start passing them out to people? What was your biggest challenge after that in terms of yourself, maybe your self-confidence, your self-esteem, your self-worth? What do you think was your biggest thing you had to overcome in you through this process?
Well, around the time the book came out, and before I even start giving it away or start telling everybody, okay, y'all go get it now, or something like that, I was like, man, I don't put some stuff in that book. Oh my God, And there's some people that's still there. And that's what that book is for the people that are still there. Because being in this type of situation right there, you always want to, man, just as soon as I can get out of this, I ain't going back. There's some people out there that's wanting, to get their life back. And hopefully they can do that.
So what do you think the one, I want two stories from you. What's the one story in that book that made you say after the book was written, printed, and you give it to it out, you're like, oh my God, I put that in the book. Tell us what it is for those who have not read your book, for those who have not, couple people out there who have not received it. What is that one like, bam, like that you put in? I've heard from a believer who has started being things like, boy, she did that, and I'll share that in a minute. And then what is that one thing that you didn't put in the book that maybe now that the book is out, you could have also told this on your journey to recovery?
I would say
Mama thinking too hard, you already have, you just need to release, like move your mouth step forward.
The free spirited part.
Now you got to tell the people. So what you got to do is, what I'm gonna say is this: you got to look now from this standpoint and say, Diane, okay, Diane, in my book, I tell the story about this. You got to tell her the story because it's a part that you're talking about and you're laughing, but people don't know what you're laughing at. You haven't read the book yet. So share that story with them quickly. That's something that they're gonna encounter when they read your book.
I talked about me being a free spirit in the book, and as a result of me being a free spirit, I have 2 kids with 2 different fathers. Now, I felt really bad about that for a long time. But if you don't quite know what a free spirit is, do I have to say this out loud?
I mean, you don't have to say it like this. You can give grown people away. They know how to read between the lines.
Thank God. We're still working on that. But see, that's why they should have came to the meeting. What was the second thing you had to say?
What did you not put in the book that you probably thought you should have added to your book?
What I should say, what I could have added in the book is I didn't quite go much into details about how me and my mom was, how our relationship was. Like, we had the absolute worst. We had the absolute worst relationship. Worst. I mean, it was horrible. My mama knocked my glasses out my face. I ain't had glasses for 2 years after that. We were just that bad. And I didn't put much of that into it. I mean, God don't forgive me for that. My mama don't forgive me for that. But our relationship got better after I started working these steps. And with these steps, like in the book is 12 steps. I didn't get all of those steps at one time. It took me years of fighting and moving, wanting something better, wanting to stop feeling all of that inner turmoil to get those steps out. And it is like some stuff that I didn't put in the book. Some stuff I'm still dealing with. Can we do that?
You do? What you say?
Next question.
Okay, I'm done with this question. Anybody else have any questions? See, one thing I did, y'all, intentionally, is so often God will give us a place and a space, but because that space is different for us, we won't embody that space. And this is what I'm talking about when I'm going back preaching. Brother speaking of has gotten easier for me because he forced me into this space. But so often what we want to do is we want to stay in a comfortable place where we can sit here and keep our mouth closed. But God is not going to bless you to keep your mouth closed. When God bless you, let me tell you why some of us are not going to be blessed in the new season. Because the word of the Lord says this. Oh, just trust me here. You ain't got to know where it is, but over in Revelation, it said we overcome the wicked one by the blood of the Lamb, Jesus, and the word of our testimony. So you got to be able to stand before people who you don't even know that they need your testimony. See, my testimony today is that I'm going to look to not count people out that I count out. You see what I'm saying? My testimony is I better stop counting people out, thinking I know them and know God so great that they won't show up. You follow me? So I can stay here, but it's easy for me because if you come to sit and give, let me come, I need to go to my meeting. But if you don't come ready to give of the goodness of God, you're going to end up being uncomfortable. The only reason I asked you questions because I could have let her off the hook. So often we do just enough in God to get off the hook. Well, let me go and do it out of obedience, and I'm going to just do this right here. But God said, I'm giving you an opportunity. You get a whole platform. You out there, there's somebody out there on YouTube who is listening in, and they want to hear your word. They're going to get your book, but they get an opportunity to meet you. This is what I didn't put in the book. This is what I didn't put there. Tim ain't even had a chance to talk yet on his book and what he learned. But when you're given the opportunity, it's because it's people out there that going to need your story unadulterated and raw. And they don't need to hear, go read the book because it said the book. There's many books that been written that ain't been read. I can tell you because I wrote a lot of them that ain't nobody read. But guess what? When you come to me, let me read you the book. Hello? Let me tell you a little bit about belief. Let me tell you a little bit about what I went through. I am the book. Now, when you get me, you can read the book if you want. But guess what? I'm going to give you 5 stories. You know I got on top of a car and beat the car up. And I went to jail for the car. That's in her book. See, she looked at me like I was telling her. I told her like I did it done. You know I got in the car and I beat this car up. And when I got through beating the car, I was in jail. This is what I got while I was sitting in jail. Come on in, woman of God. And this is what I got while I was sitting in jail. And this is what I got while I was doing. Man, I was sitting in jail. I was looking stupid. See, I can tell a story because I done lived a story. So when you come in and you give somebody your book, you can't go out. I'm trying to help you be Avon risk because many of you going to write books. When you go write the book, you can't come in. It's all in the book. Yes, a little bit in the book, and you would think they can read it. But let me tell you about the time I jumped on top of the car and I beat that car over here. It was my own car, and I thought it was my car, but it actually was my grandma's car. And it was family problem. They put me in jail. I thought it was my car. It wasn't my car. But I beat the car when I was going through. That'll make you go fire, man. What she beat the car with? Oh, well, she was a free spirit. Oh, when she got admitted to the facility. Hello? So see, you got an opportunity to tell people because see in the step, but I break the steps when I came out of it. And see, when you own the story, and I'm training because this is a training ministry. Because guess what? The only problem you got is you don't know how to tell your own story. Your only problem is you've been taught how to tell other people's stories, other people's business, other people's information. But you ain't got comfortable enough in yourself that you can tell your own story because you don't value your story, your good, your bad, your indifferent, the stuff you did. And when you're willing to come and be acquainted with the truth, you don't know how many people you're going to motivate and bring them out. Why? I done almost lost my mind. I done been over here and locked up. I done been over here in this place, but I'm out. That's a testimony. I'm out. I'm out. And what you got to prepare for, y'all, is that when God gives you space to open up your mouth, don't think that what you got to say don't matter. Don't think that your story won't motivate and equip and educate and bring somebody else. You got to understand the value in your story because you're doing something that many people cannot do. Survive. Yeah. It's people committing suicide every day. But you got 12 static strategies. Not just to help them from depression, because depression leads to death. This little small tool can bring somebody out of death. To tell them it's all right to feel this way, to splash some cold water on your face and remind yourself to stay here. Get you some music to wake you up. Dress up and make yourself feel a little bit better. God is where strategy, y'all see what I'm saying? I read the Blaine Head people one time. Just when you got problems, just give them to God and remember when they try to come back to you, they ain't your problems. God got more problems than he look it back up. You got more problems than you can handle. That's why you give them to God, because he can handle all your problems. You see how to prophesy that book out real quick. This is what's in here, y'all. In this small Avon 2, this is what in here. She's smiling, but let me tell you the problem. She got to come back next week because she got the word to talk some more. She done. Once I stood up and prophesied, I'm training her saying, look, I don't want to be up here long. I'm getting ready to go. See, the prophecy that's in me is so deep. See, I'm not coming here to build myself up. We're supposed to be built up in the most holy faith, and all we're going to build up is to hear the stories of the believer. It says we overcome the wicked one, Satan, the one who comes to entertain your mind. Because what you don't understand is this. The devil gets to you. The devil. Distraction. The devil. Doubt is the devil. See, he's so soft. Misconfusion. The enemy. Satan is so crafty that we can put him so high, but it's real slow. Hello? So what you got to understand is in this season is that what God is doing is he's positioning you for change. And your story matters. That's all I'm getting to. Last week, T was in a place. She in another place this week. But I'm not going to let up. God says that we ought to do the work of an evangelist. Your story is worth taking to somebody else. Keep going. Your problem, you think what you made it through, guess what? I done been through worse. And when you come and encounter somebody, and the problem is our self-worth is so low that we don't value who we are enough to know to think that we can't pull somebody out. You praying to get out. But guess how you're going to get out? Get somebody else out. Hello? Your way out is to be ready for the opportunity when it comes to share your story with somebody else. And the work of an evangelist is not that be also ready. I told T that I said, T, you know, you just being trained up in evangelism. She was like, oh, she was looking at it from a church title. Evangelist. No. Go out and do whatever work. When you go out there, hand it to somebody like Jehovah's Witness. They evangelize every day. Give your pamphlets out like they ain't. I said, we can order 50 most. I told her, I called her when I said, look, don't get caught up in selling no books. Black people don't read and they sure don't like the Bible. And if they want to support you, they'll buy it to support you, but never read it. It's just a tool. One day somebody will read it. I said, that ain't what we do in our ministry. Because we'll get the book produced. Hallelujah. We'll get the cover design. We'll get everything done if it's in God. We get that done and we put them on the back of the table and pass them out. Because we understand that the message is more important than the money. When you understand that your mission, what God is calling you to do, is more important than money, when you do what you love to do, what you got in the custom to do, God will pay you for it. I said, God, he'll give you a little seed. When you get so comfortable doing what he called you to do, he will release everything you need when you're willing to do it. You follow me? So what we have to do, y'all, is position ourselves to know that you're not coming in here in 2019, which is now, just to listen to me. Because I'm not going to dress for you to listen to. I'm going to come in with spots on my shirt and everything else. I'm going to hope you get focused on the word and you don't even hear me. Because I ain't going to even got to say, Lord, I need to go put on some clothes. You got on some clothes. Hallelujah. Because everybody has been to work and been through this and been through that. Come as you are, do what you got to do. Let's go on about our business. But what I want to encourage you, and this is just for you, your message don't have to be in a book. You don't need to be, well, I don't have my book yet. You go write when it might not be your time. She wrote that book in one night. She called me, and in the spirit, she already had it. And she walked it out. Most people ain't gonna write a book because you're gonna think too much. Her problem is she wrote the book and started things. Now, ain't that some bull crap? I mean, she was brilliant. I mean, she wrote it. We put it in perspective. We edited the book. She did a good job. I mean, she got it to me quick. It took longer for it to come out than it did for her to write it. It was done. We had to take it through some editing. We had to pray through it. And I know that book is powerful. Because y'all don't know 2 years ago when she would turn up. She was drinking and reading the Bible 1 minute. And she was zooted up. That girl got so much turned up in her that you wouldn't even think she could have wrote a book. But 2 years later, she said, I came out some stuff. Hello? And see, if she was to come with the spirit of that true story, see, I remember it. That's why I can celebrate that people are still moving their mouths through what they're going through. I can celebrate Derek, who went through an atrocity. Yeah, Derek to get up here and talk about credit, and he'll brag, and he'll do all that stuff, and saying, "Never sit down with that stuff." But he knew he wrote them stories in that Bet On You book. They coded in there about when he started that club, and he said God gave him a club, and God showed him how to give him that club, because that club closed down. Hello? And I know some other stuff God didn't give me that closed down. It ain't no problem. And then God will give you something and then close it down when your season is up so he can work on you. God shut every area of my life down so he can work on me. And a lot of people don't even know my story. I'm just going to start telling it now for you. I mean, 7 years, so I'm going back to preach. Now I can tell my story because everybody else has told it. Do you know after the dust settles, some of y'all need to write that down. After the dust settles. After the dust settles. After the dust settles. Listen to me what I'm going to give you on that after the dust settles. See, what you don't understand in the spirit is too much dust going on. And what God is doing, he'll allow the dust to just go on. But when the dust settles, he'll speak over your life. And he'll show them who he called you to be. Because guess what? They too dusty. You are dusty people in the spirit. You think they praying for you? They're praying against you. Dust going on. Dust going over your business. Dust going over your ministry. Y'all don't hear what I'm saying? All this truth coming and y'all don't want to move. Keep right. And God will allow all that dust to be spoken, to be going out, to be doing this. They said all this stuff, but it's dusty, it's dusty, it's dusty. But after the dust settles, God said, now arise and shine. Now I'm going to show you who I called you to be. Yeah, they talking about you behind your back. Yeah, they talking about your ministry. Yeah, they talking about your flesh. Yeah, they talking about your life. Yeah, they talking about what you did 20 years ago. Your friends got good memories. But let me tell you the problem with this. Their memories are impeccable, but they do not have the spirit to prophesy. The problem is you around two people who remember too much. You need to be around some people who know how to forget. Yes. They need to be able to forget your past, but remember your future. Why don't you remember my future? Why don't you remember what God said over my life? Why don't you call the prophecy back to me? You was in that church service when they prophesied to me. Don't you remember that? Why you keep reminding me of my enemies? Why you keep reminding me of my loss? Why you keep reminding me of my mistakes? You remember too much. Y'all better stop hanging around people who always say remember. Remember that time? No, Michael Jackson dead too. I don't remember the time. Hello? I'm teaching tonight. I'm teaching tonight. I'm talking about your consecration. I'm talking about what you got to go out there to do. See, it's people who will pull up your old. Yeah. See, I'm going to preach Friday. But let me tell you what happened. When they did design the flyer. Hello? Y'all know I've been going out taking pictures this year. When I put up pictures, I'll be taking pictures. I got some photographers. When they designed the flyer, they did not ask me for a current picture. They went on my own Facebook page and pulled out a photo that I took back in 2010. Hello? They took a picture that I had of this on. They put the picture that they wanted of me because they only saw pictures of me with t-shirts on, with jeans on. They didn't know I had a headshot where I had a button-down shirt on that I took just for when I go preach because I knew the image I wanted to present. You better watch people who put up an old image of you to represent what you're like. You better watch people who pick that image of you to put up to represent you now. So they'll go back 7 years and put an image of you up when that ain't even you no more. And they'll put an image of you up because they're struggling with the image that you're giving them. Am I teaching? See, I'm going to preach, and I'm wondering what I'm going to wear tomorrow. See, I might need to I ain't going to put on no blue jeans, I ain't going to disrespect. But suit. I can go buy a suit because I can go in the way I'm supposed to go in. But what I've been presenting them, they don't like that image. So rather than them calling me to say, what picture do you want to put up on this flyer for you to preach? They didn't call me to ask me which picture I want to represent me for what I'm coming for. They went into my past and pulled the image they wanted and put it up there. So they think this is who is coming. All right. I'm going to show you the goodness of God. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you about my future. Because I don't even need to tell you about my past or my present. Come on, somebody. Because who I am now is not who I'm going to be. Because I'm moving forward. Because I'm changing. Because I'm healing. Because I'm recovering. You better watch me. Amen. Who bring your past for you to represent your future. Yeah. It'll subtly come into you. It'll subtly become you. You'll subtly start walking that stuff out. If you ain't grounded in what God is saying to you, you'll subtly go back into that. Yeah. Then what you'll end up doing is, if you ain't grounded in your future, you will start fighting your past. When your past ain't even something you need to be dealing with. In God, your past already been dealt with. Yeah. And when you know that your past has been dealt with, you can talk about your past because you know it's not your future. Come on now. Come on now. See, then you find yourself doing. And so, then you find yourself in consecration. And you wondering what God wants to do out of your consecration. And the 12 steps in the T-book that deal with the praise on the 13 steps and cover keeps. All I can tell you is you better get on the step and sit on it. Get you some in your spirit that you can ride on, King Jesus, ride on. Get you something you can ride on that can allow you to move into your future, because at the end of the day, you just knowing that I'm cleansing myself of my past, that I can make room for my future. And that's what you better do in the beginning of this new year. Whatever in your past, whatever attitude, whatever mindset, whatever character, whatever that can stop you from moving into your future, you need to tell everybody, I'm making room. What you making room for? My new. You got to let some old go to make room for your new. Old friends, you got to go. They don't even talk to you no more, but they still got room in your spirit. They don't even be around you no more, but they still got room in your spirit. They talk about, y'all been done. Boyfriends, girlfriends, everything. Exes, all of them just got space all in you. And you wonder why you can't hold your new. You ain't got room. You got to make room. You got to evict some stuff. You got to evict some attitudes, some mindset. You got to make room in your mind. You know everything. That's the problem. You got to make room for some new knowledge. You too small for your own good. Look at yourself, consecration, anything. Their work doing this. Hallelujah. I just put them up front, let the count just to know. Hello, we some brain people. We on point. So next week, T might have to come back and tell a story she didn't tell and tell them with authority. Because what you don't want, let me tell you something, this is the safest place you're going to ever be in. Hello, and God gonna send you places that the people, God ain't delivering you to keep your mouth closed. You want to be delivered in private, but you want a public party. You want to put you on public display, but you want to be quiet about it. I can't stand them testimony in the church where people say, ooh, he done brought me a mighty long way, and I'm so glad I'm alive today. Ooh, yes, he done testified. They is catching the Holy Ghost. You ain't catching nothing because they having a whole party. And you only know they're talking about T up here laughing. What in the hell are you laughing about? When you tell us a story, because like, ooh, she like, ooh, yes, ooh. No, we want to participate. Like, I want to know that the police came to your house and bust the door down and they didn't find the weed. Or they didn't find the crack in the heroin and the pills you were selling. That's a testimony. You didn't go to jail. Hallelujah. Did everybody say, yeah? You go free. You didn't get to go to prison. Hallelujah. You was cheating on your boyfriend and the guy got out the window before he came and you was already, hey! Yes, you got got delivered because he would have shot everybody. Oh, yes. You ain't praising the Lord because of cheating. You praise the Lord because you didn't get caught that day. Come on, my house, come on. Hallelujah. I ran out of gas on the side of the road this week. I called my uncle, but he came in 15 minutes. Hey, hallelujah. I got delivered on the side of the road. You better know you got a praise in you, but you trying to be so proud. That's why you can't be blessed. You gonna tell nobody. You be like, yeah, won't he do it? What he do? Won't he? Won't he? Won't he? Won't? What did he do? Dude, you think I ain't got no testimony? Who you went to jail? No. I was standing next to some people who didn't do but about 200,000. They got 70 months. I stretched to people who didn't do but 100,000. They got 46 months. Mine was 1.8 million. I didn't get for 25 months. Won't it? And I was out in 16. Won't he do it? Yeah. Yes, he will. You better praise him at all times. Shoot, he answering prayers and he'll answer them. But then we'll get into religion and say, I never will a rock cried in my place. That rock done cried out 100 times in your place and for you, because you ain't going to say nothing about what the good Lord has delivered you from. Huh? You done contemplated taking yourself out 20 times and ain't still here. Won't it? Yeah. Won't it? See, our testimonies belong to us. Yeah. See, what I like the fact, T, that I can go in tomorrow with my joke, whatever I have on. I can go back and stand as me and tell you, I know the power of the true and living God. I know that my Savior lives. I know that my Redeemer is let alive in me. Because the people who even talked about me, calling me a yeah. I gotta be strong enough that even when the enemies call you, you say, okay, hello, you ain't delivered if you so anointed that you don't even want to sell your goods to your money green. See, what you don't understand is today, y'all, I work in the credit repair. And people who were far away from me, connected to people who didn't like me, were calling me today saying, what I need to do, they say you do credit. You know they've been saying I did. They've been saying 2 years I do credit. You just done got to the point that you need me. Hallelujah. And I'm glad, and y'all better get to this point right here. Don't be like, I'm just going to love them. I'm just going to help them out just to show them. No, I'm going to charge you. Because this ain't free. And it's going to be $750. Yeah. If I roll over the wrong way, it's going to be $1050. Yeah. $1,050. What some people get for double half off, you know, double half off, that means almost free. You're going to pay for them. Your enemies going to end up paying you for the people you're doing for free. Hello? Hallelujah. You don't understand what I'm talking about in the natural or in the spirit. What I'm saying is God is reestablishing, reconnecting us, and you ain't delivered until you can serve your enemies. Amen. Just like you serve your best client. Amen. And know it ain't personal. It's just business, my Virginia believe. And don't nothing move in me when I'm telling you the truth. I just tell you the truth and go on. I ain't trying to get you back. I ain't trying to get you forward. I'm just trying to get your money. Amen. And no problem, I'm going to give you good service. That's when you deliver. Hallelujah. When I got the call from the person that looked text in, from the person, he didn't even move me. I just thought about it, I said, thank you, Lord. I said, thank you. I don't even care if they come through. Just the fact that you had to humble yourself to come through to get it. But I understood that you know you're delivered when your enemies want to use you. When they come back around and they couldn't be around your teeth, but they want a word from you. They didn't like you, but they got the call to get your advice because you got to connect on something. So you don't understand. It ain't just about making money. Some of you going to have a connect. They're going to have to come to you because you connected to them.
Yes.
That's when you know. Don't get mad. This is the season of full return. Full return. Don't get mad because it's going to have to come back full circle for your full return. People like, why they coming to me now? Because it's time for you to be able to serve your enemy. That's why they coming back. Because remember, they're your enemy. If they didn't have to come to you, they wouldn't come to you. They had to humble themselves just to even pick up the phone to call you. So if they didn't humble themselves, won't you humble yourself and serve them well? And remember, it ain't personal. This ain't God. I've grown to the extent that I can stand in the presence of my enemies, Psalm 23, knowing that he prepared the table. And if he prepared the table, all I need to do is sit down. Amen. And see what God got to serve. Hello? Anybody got anything they want to say? Because this is 7:55 for real. I'm on point and see. Anybody got a word, got a revelation, got anything they want to say, we're going to cut out. We give God glory for this night. I know it seems like I ended abruptly, but I see signs and I feel signs. And what? I ain't got to make up no more. We just got to know. You know, when the car, if your car's full, when it get full, you keep putting that gas in it, what they going to do? Spit out. We ain't letting go none of what the goodness of God that he got for us in this season. Everybody's full enough, and if you didn't get a full tank, it's probably because you didn't open up the gas tank quick enough. Next week, come in open and ready. Not next week, we won't be here next week. We'll be here week after next. Next week, I'll be on an assignment. So week after next, come in, invite a friend, invite a neighbor, and guess what? You can even invite an enemy. Yeah. Hallelujah. You need to bring them to the goodness of God too. Oh, yeah. Your enemies can think they're your friend. You just better know they ain't. Right. Hello? Don't worry about what they say. I'm talking to somebody tonight. Y'all been having some enemy problems. Who been having enemy problems? It's somebody. They say everybody, but I want to see. Some people been having some enemy problems because he's dealing with the enemy tonight. Yeah. And what he's dealing with, you think he's dealing with the enemy too. He's also dealing with our character. He's giving you the character on how to deal with your enemies. Your enemy can pretend like they're your friend, but you just got to know that your enemy is your friend and let God let you deal with them accordingly. Because when you treat your enemy like your friend, then you got a problem. You think your enemy is your friend. And then you get mad when you realize that the enemy was your friend, the enemy was your enemy. But if you had dealt with it accordingly, then you wouldn't be in the place you win. The problem is you just got to know how to deal with it. Yeah, that's right. The wealth of the wicked laid up for the righteous. In that scripture. Mm-hmm. The only problem is you got to know the wicked. The problem why you got hurt is because you made them something that they weren't. You did. You mad at them, but you're really mad at yourself. Now you need to just forgive yourself so you can deal with them accordingly. Come on, and not move in hatred, but move in love. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. And whosoever will, it's all about Jesus at the end. If Jesus knew how to deal with his enemy, you know, he told Judas to get ready to go. He said, you know, what you about to do it quick. Hello? What you want to pray in this season. If you don't know which one, if you don't have discernment yet, and you think this person against you, start praying for them to do it quicker. And God will show you a sign. Don't let them slow cut you. Right. God, let them go and do it quicker. And he's going to show you that. To be good. Because why? Until your enemies have done what they were sent out to do, you can't ascend to another level. Because you're treating your enemies like they're your friends. And what they're actually doing is holding you down on the level. And you think you're down with your friends, but you're down with your enemies. In order for you to ascend, you got to go and let some stuff happen and be fine with the spirit and rise above. And you can move forward. That is your ascension. That is your resurrection. Hello? Some of you stuck in the grave. This is what my friend did. Some of you stuck in betrayal. Jesus didn't have no problem with Judas. Hello? He went into the grave, came out of the grave, ascended, he reappeared. That was the resurrection. Some of you don't realize you mourning in the spirit what people did to you, and you holding other people accountable for it too. Because your other friends got to hear what they did to you all the time. They got to hear you replay your eulogy because they killed you. You got to replay what that man did, what that woman did, what that friend did, what that coworker did. You got to replay it in your spirit, and people are held hostage to that because you're stuck in a grave, in a cave, that you're going to have to move to a place. Why can I tell you this? Because I've been through it. I've held ministry hostage to it. I've held people hostage to it. This is what they did to me, but I can tell you that God began to show me in that final season of betrayal that I went through. If you didn't go through that final betrayal, then you will be resurrected. And now you understand betrayal. Now you understand this stuff, and it can't hold you down. You recognize you need to move forward. 00755. Anybody got anything? Go quick.
I like the last part that you just said that